Welcome to the fifth dimension. Yes, I said it. Einstein said, imagination is everything. It is the prelude to life's coming attractions. In today's video, let's look at what the mind is in the fifth dimension. Please stay till the end if you feel that this message is for you. So I got this download about imagination, and I looked at what teachers in the past said about it. Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich in 1938, wrote about imagination and the two types of imagination that we get. The first type, and I'm going to read it, is synthetic imagination. It's where you arrange old concepts, things that already exist, into new patterns and new inventions. The second form of imagination that he was talking about, he calls creative imagination. And that is when there is inspiration from the collective mind. He describes it as when the finite mind connects with the infinite intelligence. This is what we can also describe as the field. Joe Dispenza talks about it a lot, about the coherent brain and heart, and when you connect to it, how you then manifest. So actually this is the same principle, what Napoleon Hill called creative imagination. The principle of creating through imagination from the field. Imagination is infinite, where the human mind in the third dimension is limited. You can check the video that I've made about the symptoms that you will, or the signs that you will experience moving to the fifth dimension. This is all things that happens in the inner world, in your inner world. So let me explain. We get the third dimension, which is up, down, to the side, and back and forth, depth, but it's not in and out, inward and outward. Now, the fourth dimension, we get time, but the fifth dimension is the mystical realm, the spiritual realm. And here it is where unity consciousness is reached. In the third dimension, you will get a thought impulse, which is energy that can create in you a desire, which fuels this passion to create. And if we use Napoleon Hill's definition, it is when you get this inspiration that you don't know where it comes from, that you create from creative imagination. But I am here today to tell you that imagination itself is source energy. It is not a thought. It is not something that you created with your mind, an image that you create with your mind. In that sense, visualization is not the same as imagination. It is Neville Goddard who said imagination is God. Now, we must remember the time in which he brought his messages and the consciousness that was the consciousness of the people. If we describe it today, it's easier for you to understand because there's already a shift in consciousness for many. So understand, imagination itself is creation and is creator. So let's go back just a bit. If imagination is limitless, imagination is not tied to the human mind, it's not limited by the human mind. So you might get an idea of something that you desire or want to create, and then the limited mind will start to bring up things to caution you, and will also from your subconscious mind you might find that there will be fears, there will be things that is in the memory that might bring in doubt. So when you want to truly experience the unlimited mind of the fifth dimension, imagination itself, you have to learn to trust yourself. So how do you do that? Please refer back to my previous videos. I will link it in the description. You have to learn to listen to your spirit. Turn inward. Spend time in meditation. Spend time listening to yourself. It is your higher self, which are part of your being that is already in the fifth dimension, part of the fifth dimension. No, it is a process and it will differ for everyone, but don't be disencouraged if you get an inspiration by the limits that your mind will put there or will impose on you, because the third dimensional limited mind as part of our human avatar is not unlimited like the fifth dimensional mind, which is imagination itself. I believe that is why we see the rise of the divine feminine, because the feminine energy is one that lets in, that is the creative force, Shakti it's also called. So that creative energy that you've let in, that you allow to flow, that ask for trust, that ask for surrender to your spirit, that is the way forward, I believe, and the way that we will start to create much quicker, more seemingly impossible things. I want to encourage you to connect with your spirit. I want to encourage you to trust your own divine knowings. You are source energy in human form. As everything you see here, everything you see around you had its origin in imagination. Even you imagine that you would get something from watching this video. Everything is imagined and brought to existence. Creation itself is imagination, unlimited. Now, when you set your intentions, when you dream, when you reach for your desires, do it unlimited. Tap into the collective consciousness through meditation and with a connection to what your soul desire, with an open heart. Connect with your heart, connect with your higher mind, which is your higher self, and this will become more and more effortless as you move closer and closer to the fifth dimension. So I made this headdress after I was inspired, and I didn't know how to make it. I just started doing it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And that was actually the spark that inspired me to talk to you about imagination. about the beauty of creation. I trust you found value in today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe if you have not yet, and leave a comment if you want to. It's my birthday. You can wish me a happy birthday. I'm so glad I could spend a bit of it with you. I'm sending you my infinite love. Till I speak to you again in the next video. Goodbye.